something that stands out to me is I've spoken to some other authors who have also written, dozens and dozens of books, but most of them have actually written different eras or genres, and yours are 40 Regency romances, a lot like Mary Balogh. What is it about the Regency era that keeps you, or are there other genres or other eras that you're interested in exploring and you just haven't yet?
Well, one thing I've totally slowly moved into the 1830s. So some
Okay.
people would arguably say but I feel like I'm kind of still in like so their clothing has changed a little bit. I think it
Yeah.
will be fun. Eventually I probably will hit the Victorian age and get some trains going in there, a little more industry. But part of it too was I like I can switch from Victorian to Regency really easy as a reader, but I generally, if I'm not reading contemporary, I want to just read Regency. I don't know if that's my generation or what. I have a hard time switching to like Edwardian or medieval. I don't know what it is. I love the Regency. I don't know. Maybe it is just I'm so steep. I literally read so many Mary Ballogh's books over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about her. It's a hard time in my life, and so it was a very comfort escape for me. So I'm very attached to that, I think. But also, I don't want to jump around to a lot of different genres because I want my readers to kind of know what to expect when they're going to pick up one of my books. It's going to be set between 1815 and 1834, depending on when I wrote it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I also got hooked into historical romance by Mary Balogh.
did you?
And yes, and there are two elements of her writing that I think really worked for me. One is, for the most part, maybe not including her earliest stuff, but the stuff that I was reading,
Hmm.
it's good people trying to do good things. Usually they're trying to honor their family in the best way possible. And the conflict is which thing honors my family without making me unhappy.
Right,
And then
right.
it's also got this quality of like quiet moments rather than big crazy things happening. Like it's most likely that they're just going to have a dinner and
Yeah.
maybe in the wildest one someone gets kidnapped, but for the most part it's just like people living their little lives and
Definitely. I
trying to do
definitely
well
like her
by each
later ones.
other.
There is a man, she's got some of those earlier signet romances. They have some plots that it's just like, I'm like, oh my God. I can't, it's like, I don't know when those must have been written in the early 80s, but yeah, I'm with you on there's a very quiet, a very slow burn aspect. And I'm definitely turning into very much a slow burn author myself. I have a few books where it jumps right into the sexy sexies, and I always will try to have spicy scenes in my books, but definitely slow burn has become more of a signature of mine, I'd say, in the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
but I like the slow burn aspect of Mary Balogh. Except for there's that one book where it starts where they're walking through the park and there's a storm and she hates the guy she's walking with and they end up taking refuge in a like a little what are they called little
Folly or something.
yeah and to calm her down of course he has sex with her. So, but like then they don't talk to each other for like the next 70% of the book. It's like, but it's no, it's very, yeah, I like that. Just, yeah. So it could go either way as far as spicy
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah. And when you think about these 40 books that you've written, do you feel that you can identify any common themes or questions or signatures that you have in your work?
definitely my best books always come back to the idea that the heroine thinks she's not good enough. And I have a few books where I've written where they're more confident heroines, but I've never been a super confident person as far as a flirt or, comfortable around like men and stuff like that to where I have confidence in myself. And so the idea that as I like to take it's part of it is the hero falling in love with her. And part of that is what gives her the confidence. But a lot of it, I feel like she has to find that confidence from inside of herself. And so that's kind of, there's a song by Alanis Morissette,
Oh,
and it's called That I Would Be Good. It's just
okay.
like that I would be good even if I did nothing. that I would be good, even if I got the thumbs down. I mean, it's just like if I were sick, if I gained 10 pounds, the whole notion of that, like the heroine is good enough, but everyone's told her her whole life, made her think she's not good enough. And
Yeah.
so the hero is a big part of it, but she has to realize it herself as well. So actually, my current reading binge is women's fiction